Hey there, BZ people, and welcome to our fourth episode of Bork Teams here in the NU tier. Um, this is going to be our last team in this series before we take sort of a little break. Um, we're going to be going into a Pokemon Yellow Nuzlocke after this. With one episode a week of Pokemon Showdown with our All-Star team. Um, our All-Star team, in case you haven't seen the previous videos explaining it, it's going to be a team made up of members from all of our teams that we've had in so far, excluding the Christmas special. So I'm going to be taking two Pokemon from the OU tier, two Pokemon from the UU tier, one Pokemon from the RU, and one Pokemon from this team here in the NU tier. And then every Saturday I'm going to have an episode for our All-Star match that will feature that team going into an OU tier match. That Christmas video that I made really made me want to do mixed tiers, and I think that this is something really cool. But I want to know what you guys think I should be using for this team. So if you missed any of the teams, you don't remember who I had or where I had or what I had, go back. They're all in the Pokemon Showdown playlist. If you don't want to watch all those, you can just go to the Bork Teams playlist on the channel, and they will. You can just pick your favorites from each of those tiers. I'll build a team based off of what's most popular. So let me know what you think. Our schedule is going to change, obviously, since this is our last episode of Bork Teams. We're going to be switching from Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday uploads to Monday, Wednesday, Friday for the Pokemon Yellow Nuzlocke. That'll be going on for however long it takes for me to either win or lose. And then we'll go through Pokemon Showdown again, through all the tiers. And then we will be having our All-Star matches on Saturdays, like I already explained. So, you already have an idea of who you might want from the other tiers. But who do I have on my team for this tier? Who would you be interested in? Well, I'm going to introduce this team to you, and I think it's time to get busy and do that. So, first member of our team is First member of our NU team is Milk Ticket, the Milk Tank. It is a normal type Pokemon with the Rocky Helmet because it is our physical wall, and he has Sap Sipper, or she, they're all female. Sap Sipper is an ability that if I get hit by a grass type move, instead of taking damage, I get an attack power boost, which is pretty sweet, especially with a wall, who is immune to 2 of the 18 types, because I can't be hit by ghost types moves either. And now I can't be hit by grass types either. So, obviously this is our physical wall. So what kind of moves did I give our physical wall this time? I gave it Milk Drink, which is like Recover, 50% recovery every turn. Reliable recovery, very important on a wall. It's something that's a good idea to have. And I also gave it a very supportive move, Heal Bell. If anyone on our team gets statused, like, let's just say someone gets paralyzed, someone gets burned, someone gets frozen, someone falls asleep, I could use Heal Bell to get rid of all the statuses on my team, which I think is pretty powerful. Something that we haven't had before, but I think that it's something that's going to come in handy. Also, Milk Tank has Stealth Rocks. I think we've all seen how important Stealth Rocks are. They have the ability to damage people on switch in. And any fire, bug, or flying, or ice, or anything is a combo of all of those. They're really not going to appreciate being hurt by Stealth Rocks. That's 50% upon switch in. I don't even have to attack. They just have to switch in and they take that much damage. Very powerful move. Entry hazard's very important. One thing I regret about this team, now that I look at it, is I don't have any way to get rid of entry hazards. But this Milk Tank does have Body Slam, which has potential to paralyze. That's something. I mean, not necessarily something very useful, but it's something. So yeah, gave him an attacking move because I don't want a Pokemon that's all support, because if I get down to the point where this is my last Pokemon, it can't do anything. My opponent was in that situation with that Espeon, and I don't want to be in that position. So, the only other wall on the team, that's right, instead of instead of 3 or 4 walls, we only have 2. And our second one, our special wall, is Hypno. Creeper the Hypno, to be exact. One of 2 members from the PU tier that will be appearing on this NU team. I've always found Hypno to be one of those Pokemon that you just can't really hurt him. No matter what you do, he takes your hits and then he deals out a lot of damage back at you. So that kind of inspired me to make Hypno into our other wall. Gave him Foul Play because I didn't give him any attack investment. It's a dark type move, so it'll be good against other psychics and ghost types. And it's going to hurt based on how much damage my opponent's capable of doing. So if they have a high physical attack, then this is going to do a lot of damage to them. Now, I also gave him Wish. In case you don't know how Wish works, it's a 2-turn healing move. You set it up this turn, and then whoever's in on your side in the next turn gets healed 50%. So I'll be able to pass that off to other people on our team, either by switching out into them, or, this is more likely for us, baton passing. In case you don't know how baton pass works, I use it to switch into anyone else on my team. Also can pass off of any stat changes to them. If I get plus attack, if I get plus defense, if I get plus speed, I can baton pass and pass that on to anyone else on my team. It's a very good idea to use setup moves on a mon that can take a lot of hits, baton pass into one of your more fragile members, and just turn them into an untouchable death god. Now you might be saying, you don't have any setup moves on this Pokemon. You have nothing to set up with. You're essentially saying, I like switching so much, I'm going to give my Pokemon a move to let me switch, when you could just switch. Why are you doing that? Well, answer is that there's a lot of times, at least in my personal experience, where I wish, and then I switch into someone on my team who's injured that I want to heal. They have to take the hit for whatever I'm switching into, which usually will knock me out or put me in a position where the wish gives me less HP than what I had before I switched in. Baton Pass gives my Hypno the opportunity to take the hit first and then let someone else in safely. At least that's what I'm hoping to do. So that's the reason for Baton Pass. And just in case I'm ever in a situation where I need to heal and I'm not going to survive a hit, Hypno can protect after wishing and safely recover HP to continue being a wall. Hypno has leftovers, which you're going to give him some HP every turn, and he has the ability Insomnia, which means he can't fall asleep. I think that's a fairly useful move or power to have for a wall. I mean, no one can knock me out, which very useful in my opinion. So those are our 2 walls. Now we'll go into the first of our special strikers. That's right, we have more than one. We have 4 strikers on this team. I don't know if that's a good mix or if I'm missing something, but we got 2 special attackers and 2 physical attackers. The first is Dino Frost the Aurorus, with the choice specs and the snow warning. Choice specs giving 1.5 damage, or 1.5 times damage to our special type moves. Snow warning starting up hail. choice specs unfortunately makes it so you can only use the first move that you use upon switching every time. But it does get that power up, which is nice. And I gave this Aurora's Ice Beam, Ancient Power, Dry Freeze, and Earth Power. Ice Beam because base 90 special ice type move. This is a special Aurora's. And it has a 10% chance to freeze. Ancient Power, because it's a special rock type move, has a chance to boost all of my stats by one stage. That's right, a chance to boost them all by one stage. If I get this off, this Aurora's can be very, very dangerous. Freeze Dry because it's super effective against water types, and Earth Power because it's a special ground type move. It's very good against the steel types and the fire types. Nothing really for the fighting types that might want to destroy these 4 times weak Pokemon. But if I see fighting type, I'm going to switch out and run away. I think that is best move for me, yes. So that's our Auroras. Like I said, it's a special one. Max special defense, 248 in HP, so that it'll take some hits, hopefully. Not fighting type hits, obviously. But that is what we put together for our Auroras. Next, we have Poliwrath the Battletoad. If any of you guys remember that classic game from the Sega. He has the Assault Vest because he's a tough guy. He's going to be taking those hits while he's punching you because he's fighting type. Water Absorb, immune to water, and he gets HP back if hit by water. That's pretty cool. It's better than making it so that Self-Destruct can't hurt him. Or faster in the rain when there's no rain on this team, so Water Absorb is a pretty good choice in my opinion. And Assault Vest, if you don't know, makes it so that, well, let's get the exact text for you. Holder's special defense is 1.5 times higher, but it can only select damaging moves. So our Battletoad has all damaging moves. Waterfall, which is 80. Let's see here. We have 80 base power, 100% accuracy with a 20% chance to flinch. Not Sleep Talk. We have Brick Break, which is 75 base power, destroys screens, and it does damage. It's fighting type, one of the best types in the game because it has 5 weaknesses: rock, normal, ice, steel, and dark. All 5 of those are weak against that. Earthquake, because it's Earthquake, which is awesome. Good against the poison types and the fire types and, the steel types. We have a lot of overlap here. It's also good against the rock types. Lots and lots of overlap. We also have Poison Jab for any fairies that might show up and any grass types that we're really not going to want to stay in on. Any grass types come in, we're switching out to our Milk Tank to get a Sap Sipper bonus. He's got max attack. He's one of our physical attackers. Battletoad. Next we got Booyah! The Miss Magius with the Life Orb to boost all of her moves by 1.3%? 1.3%, but I do lose a tenth of my HP after every attack, so Hypno, you better pass wishes off. Dark Pulse for any other ghost types or psychic types that we come across. And I don't think I mentioned this, but she's our other special wall. Dazzling Gleam for those fighting types and dark types. Fairy have it anymore? I feel it does. But we'll find out. And Destiny Bond for those situations where we're getting towards the end of Miss Magius' usefulness. We're not going to be able to save her. She's got max speed, and she's a speedy lady already. We're going to take someone down with us. An Energy Ball, just in case we see any Quagsires, since the only thing they're weak against is grass types. And, you know, of course, for coverage, because we don't have any electric either. But because of that, we can't just throw Miss Magius away willy-nilly. We need to hang on to her until we are sure that we don't have any of those water types that we'll need her for. But that is our special attacker, Miss Magius. Max speed, max attack. Let's see, what is her final stats? 339 speed. That's pretty good. She does have the timid nature, so that's plus speed minus attack, and 309 special attack. Again, pretty good. I kind of want to give her a choice scarf to make her even faster, but I think being able to hit hard is going to be a little more important. And the final member of our team is Cinders the Flareon, with Flare Blitz, Bite, Superpower, and Roar. Flare Blitz, fire type move, physical, is going to do a lot of damage. We're going to take some recoil, but you know what? I think it's worth it. Bite, dark type move, so it's good against those psychic types and those ghost types. It has a chance to flinch, always nice. Part of why we gave Flareon max speed. Superpower, fighting type move. Superpower, which one is that? Is that the one that it lowers my attack and defense by 1 stage? So we're going to want to use that only if it's super effective for the most part, because otherwise we're going to be dropping our attack, which is what we are. We're an attacker, physical attacker. And finally, Roar. If we get into any situations where we're just in a bad spot, or the Pokemon my opponent just sent in takes a lot of damage from entry hazards, and we already have those set up, we can just roar them out to force them out, so they have to come back later and put us in a better position. And if my opponent ever starts just setting up like crazy, I'm roaring them out to get rid of all those boosts. He's holding the King's Rock because hopefully he's fast enough that we can get the flinch off a couple times. Wasn't sure what else I really wanted to put on Flareon. If you have a better suggestion, please leave it in the comment section down below. And Flash Fire, because as a fire type, the only Flareon's other option is Guts. As a fire type, the only other thing that we're going to be getting that would be powering us up is Poisoned, because otherwise we're sleeping, can't attack, or we are frozen, can't attack. So honestly, Flash Fire is better because it gives us an immunity to fire. And if we do get hit by a fire type move, we get a 1 stage boost. So that is our NU team. Leave your bets down below. How many wins do you think we can get with this? Do you think we're going to end up with 6 matches? Thank you for coming and checking this out. Don't forget to leave your votes for the All-Star team. If you're excited for the Nuzlocke, leave a like for us. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more of these videos and the videos that will be coming out in the future with the new content. Check out what Zim's up to. I'm sure he's playing League of Legends or doing some Hearthstone or some Lord of the Rings card reviews. If you're into that sort of thing, if you're not, check it out. Maybe you will be. Thank you for coming, BZ people, and just don't forget, just like Mom used to make.